You're such a good girl. And Boo was such a good boy. This combination of dogs is great. It's obvious this primarily Pyrenees with some Anatolian and about 8 other dogs has been bred for a reason. It's basically a science experiment. Now it's probably a done experiment though. It's probably got other relatives that are designed by the same designer. I do call them designer dogs. These farm protection animals. Nobody wants one of these dogs without the traits, but they definitely need to do certain things to them so that they aren't too outrageous every single time. Now, if you're talking about like a Caucasian mountain shepherd, all kinds of shit would go wrong if you're trying to raise one of those things. First of all, these things don't discriminate against shit. It wouldn't even want to play with this other dog. It would probably just tear it to pieces. So, but this white one's got the ability to act like a motherly figure, as well. She knows my dog is a male. She's figured it out. She's figured it out. Now, as far as training about people walking by, I can't really do nothing to it. I can't really do anything to the dog, or I'll ruin its instincts, or I'll subvert its instincts to protect the house. So that's not going to happen. I just woke up, by the way. I have not showered. Probably my balls stink a little bit, because I'm a guy, and when you fucking jack off 3 times a night, and you sleep on a bed that maybe the sheets could have been cleaned last week and weren't. When you're a guy, I'm a bachelor, man. What do you fucking expect? But anyway, these guys, they love to play with each other. My dog just, the muscles that they're going to get from this playing, it's just outrageous. And then I walk them, and they already get tired because of all the playing they're doing. During the day, before I go for a walk, or in the morning before I go for a walk, they start to get tired. So next time I go for a walk, I got to plan it with, I've done it before. I just bring a water and a bowl, and but the big dog, the white dog, if I try to go somewhere where it's been too much and then it comes home immediately, hey, what are you sniffing? And it comes home too quickly, I have to keep an eye on them, really do. Especially when Bella starts smelling my dog so much. She may have cut my dog and was smelling a little blood, who knows. My dog has cut her before and she didn't even notice. I'll be honest, I think both dogs are excellent. Would I train the white dog to not do certain things? Well, if it recognizes somebody's voice and I go out there and say, hey, that's only so and such, the dog will calm down. So it's already kind of like trained. If it was any other kind of dog, I probably would be having way more difficulty. So I'm not going to train it for that. I'm going to leave it like it is. And I'm not going to, the only things that these dogs need to know is, to me, stay. I don't need a dog to pick up my slippers, my keys, honestly, I don't need a fucking service dog. I don't need a dog that's going to stand by and be boring all the time. And I mean, when you see a dog getting trained, sure, it's still a dog. You can see it wagging its tail, blah, blah, blah. When you train a dog fully, the fucking dog don't even wag its tail anymore. It just does whatever you want like a robot. I can't have that. I can't have a dog that's going to not entertain me. I want to be entertained too. I want a happy-go-lucky dog. Training is overrated sometimes. But in the case of this particular, where's my fucking coffee cup? In the case of this dog, and if I wanted to, I could make myself look sharp as fuck, okay? But I just woke up. I am fucking tired. And of course, the big dog woke me up in the morning, barking like he does every morning at about 5, maybe earlier. And I'm not used to waking up that early these days. I mean, when I was in military school, it was no issue. And when I was growing older, I did, when I was in the 20s and 30s, I woke up at 5 every morning because I was used to it. But in my older age, I just fucking like to sleep in. I can't do it anymore. This dog's going to re-emerge my military school training. Now, when I say military school, that's exactly what it was. It was a fucking the military. However, it is the ROTC. And ROTC, look it up. It is the military. It's just not the fighting forces. The people that train people in military schools, depending on what military school you go to, are full military advocates. I mean, not advocates. They are in the military. Now, there's a few they will hire like that were not or not. They don't have a rule that says they all have to be military, but for primarily like Missouri Military Academy, they hired only with maybe only 5% civilians as teachers. So most of it was military, straight up. I can remember all my teachers, I think. Captain Garrett, who used to beat us on the head with a stick that thick, fucking long, and bam, 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 yeah, fucking bumps all over your head. The other guy, Green, he did the same thing with a stick. And Garrett you could tell Garrett was psychologically messed up from whatever fighting he did in the war. He enjoyed being fucking that way. And every time I went to that class, I was like, God damn, if I fuck up one thing. You know what I ended up doing because of Captain Garrett? I ended up having a nervous habit. I used to scratch my scalp, knowing full well it's going to end up with bumps because I had ADHD. I was having so much trouble in military school. My parents greased fingers, though. And I ended up getting caught with pot like 8 times, and they never kicked me out. Anyone else who got caught with pot, smoking pot in school, they got kicked out right away. So I think what happened is my parents greased fingers until finally I just had like a kind of a nervous breakdown. But I used to scratch my scalp, and it was a nervous reaction from being in that place. And then, of course, I had a bully. And when I was that young in military school, I was at the periphery before I took care of my business and made sure I didn't feel. Now, some people say there's no such thing as a bully or a pussy. No, you were probably a bully, though, if you say that. Yeah, you were probably a bully if you say there's no such thing as a bully. Yeah, when you're skinny and small, you don't have the confidence built up. Of course, you're going to have bullies, man, right? Because bullies, their dads teach you how to do that shit. And it goes same with the races, certain races will teach their kids things that are probably not good ideas, but maybe, especially, you can imagine what blacks say, in relation to whites. And just because they were the most recent slaves, they're going to be trained to fucking hate white people. So anytime I see a Black Lives Matter sign, I just go, look, man, you treat me right, I treat you right. I'm like Judge Mathis. But show me a stupid sign like that, and then fuck you. I don't give a fuck about you. Matter of fact, there's a cook out here. He's the only guy out here with a sign that says Black Lives Matter. And that fucking cook, man, he looks Samoan. He looks like an Oreo Samoan. He don't look like no black. And it's hilarious. It's fucking stupid. I mean, maybe if he was really fucking more dark and really African looking, I might fucking think it was normal. But, it's just, man, and out here we got a mixture of Republicans because we're out in the mountains compared to the coast where they're all liberals. And the liberals out here like to fucking try to chide the fucking Republicans. But when you fuck with a Republican out here, you'll see what happens, okay? A bitch the other day told me I couldn't pull my dog away from a car because I do it every day, and it's just, like I'm abusing my dog. It's like the fucking dog's on a stretch lead, bitch. You fucking keep your mask on, you stupid socialist cunt. Make sure all the businesses go out of business so we're communists. Okay? And I walked away, and she shut her fucking mouth. It was actually more in depth than that, and I was a lot ruder, but we don't need to go into it. And of course, now she's walking by my big dog here. Hi, Bella. Give me a kiss. Are you tired? She's so tired, she'll give me a kiss. Mwah. Okay. I love you too. I don't know. I kind of lost my thread there. She's walking her small dog now with a mask on. Okay. So I can't, readily identify her because I really didn't want to pay attention to somebody like that very much. And by the way, my dog Boo Boo, Five, actually his name's Five High. I call him Boo Boo sometimes because it's just a habit from a cat I used to have. And I always get the female dog confused with a male because it's so goddamn big. So I'll end up calling Bella fucking he all the time. He does this, he does that. I'm like, wait a minute, get it right. That's a female. This is a male, a smaller dog. But Anyway, so I guess this video is just about, um, people that are referring to people as conspiracy theorists are actually brainwashed victims themselves. And it is in their mind, maybe from MK Ultra, to criticize anyone with another viewpoint. So the only way they can do it is to refer to you as a, conspiracy theorist, which is really just another person with another angle, another idea. And so they think they shut you down that way, but really it just makes them look like an obvious brainwash victim. Okay, because there is such thing as people that go out on a limb with too many different theories, and I guess at some point you could refer to them as just nuts. It'd be way better. Okay, or you could just say they have too many things going on in their mind for me to be able to understand or qualify them in conversation, any kind of conversation. Well, chill out. And WAPTEK is a good example. Another one would have been Philip KLASS, I think his name was, from way back. He died a long time ago. He's the same way, but I think he was more of a government plant to dissuade people from talking about UFOs too much. So he would just criticize everyone that say anything about UFOs or aliens. And more or less, before conspiracy theorist was used, he would use terminologies that would still insult you and make you feel like you can't come up with an idea about aliens or extraterrestrial. So those two people are one and the same. Brainwash victims, in my opinion, maybe MK Ultra, and maybe a lot of people say, well, how do you know you aren't? I was like, well, there's no guarantees. MK Ultra got rid of most of their information a long time ago, illegally, but I gotta check out my dog. She's up on the window. I don't see shit out there, fella. Oh, it's on my file. Hey, come on, guys. Truck went by not far away, though. It's no big deal. It's just a construction truck, guys. Hey, over here. Bella! Okay, I'm going towards 15 minutes. Okay, so I've probably mentioned this shit before, but there's no reason to say I'm boring because no one else talks like me. Think about it. If you disagree with me, though, just leave a comment. I'll come back with Warlock Force and Logic, okay? Warlock Force and Logic, okay? In reference to anything you have to say about me. How I don't want you gay or lesbian trans motherfuckers on my channel. And first, hey, god damn, this dog opened the window. Hey, stop it. Chill out. Chill out. Bella! I know you're excited, but I'm gonna have to put her up. I'll put you up. I have to put her up. I'm gonna have to tie you up. All right, hold on, Bella. If you want to go out there, you can go out there. Hold on. Oh, maybe we'll just let Boo Boo out there. How about that? How about that? We'll just let Boo Boo out there for a little bit. Bye. The littler male. Because I don't want a misunderstanding between the two while she's barking, because that dog will fucking, create a fight just by her barking. My dog will get confused as what's going on while they're playing, so I can't have that. Anyway, this video is wrapping up, and I guess I just wanted to do a video in the morning because I didn't want to leave my last video of me taking a shower because that was kind of like, I don't know, kind of whacked. But, eventually maybe I'll pixelate my dick so you can see that it's not small. Even though it looked like almost there's no dick through the fucking shower, it's just because of that blur shit that you use in the shower. And, eventually maybe I'll just pixelate my dick a little. That way you'll see the length. It's not fucking small, okay? Not fucking small. Homeboy's going to probably start working out again. I got a lot of pain, though. But yeah, homeboy's going to start working out again. And it's not a